Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Piloswine with the new charge move of Icicle Spear, which is going to be a very interesting move here. It's going to be weaker than Avalanche by quite a bit. Like, you only have basically -5 energy for -30 damage. That doesn't really make too much sense, right? But the thing is, for this move, it is going to be cheaper to get to, which is going to be very impactful because you now need only 5 fast moves instead of 6, and a lot of times it seems a little bit silly, but it's actually quite interesting, definitely can help it out quite a lot of times. So let's take a look here on if this Pokemon is going to be good. We're going to have here some battles sent to us. Again, if you want to send in your own battles, yeah, link is down below in the description. There's also, by the way, if you send in the battles, make sure that you also allow me to actually access them. There's, for example, a few battles I actually would like to showcase as well that I'm not allowed to access. They didn't give me the permission for it, so I don't know why. Yeah, when you send in, make sure to just give me also permission for the folder. Anyway, we also here a high horsepower one-shotting a Swampert. What the hell? Anyway, we're gonna have here also the future side on the Cresselia, which is coming in clutch here right now. If they're gonna let the move go through, they're going to be in big trouble. Let's see if we see more nukes. Yes, we do. Man, you still have a shield left. Anyway, we're going to see, oh, an interesting Pokemon here. A Mightyena with the new fast move of Sucker Punch. Maybe something I want to take a look at as well. There are quite a few Pokemon that I still want to take a look at. Like, I'm never going to be able to get through them all in this first Great League period. And this is the cool thing about today's, generally the current season. There are so many really cool upgrades and so many Pokemon I want to take a look at that I just don't really gonna get through all of them yet. But again, there's going to be more Great League weeks as well. There's going to be more things to explore for the new season. I think there are a lot of new Pokemon that are going to be good. Also, I actually entered a practice tournament yesterday, and I might make a video for this on Sunday. I would really appreciate if you could support this video, but also then the video hopefully on Sunday towards the tournament there. I kind of would like to bring some Show 6 Pick 3 format in this on this channel here as well. I hope they get done until tomorrow, but it was a lot of fun to do that one as well, and we were taking a look at some of the cooler new Pokemon there as well, so definitely stay tuned for that video when it's going to be out. Anyway, we see another high horsepower hitting here, even though it was kind of unnecessary. And Giratina is going to be able to win this battle against Superior. Superior doesn't have a play here. You can just literally go for the Omnipresent and the opponent doesn't have anything to do. Anyway, let's take a look at the next opponent. We're going to have here a horrible lead for you. You kind of want to swap out using one fast move. I'm fairly certain I remember your name though. I'm fairly certain we battled before, didn't we? Like, you'll most likely be in the comment section here anyway, so let me know down below. But I'm fairly certain I remember your name. But anyway, we're going to see here the Swampert, which is not going to have a great play against the Cresselia. Cresselia, generally speaking, is going to be the Pokemon that's going to be able to win this one because we can take a hit, but we're also going to one-shot them. So, yeah, you might have to use a shield here, but you're still going to be able to realign, which is going to be very important because with that lead that was not ideal for you, you're going to have still the Talonflame up later against the Giratina, which is going to be great for you then. But not only this, they're very likely going to go back into the Talonflame here. Exactly, and you're gonna have the future side, which a lot of people just will not expect. Or they go for the charge move, which is also totally fine. If they go for the flame charge, that is okay, because now you're gonna still have the shield left for the Giratina, which you mostly want to use here, just in case. Oh, you're still gonna take the fly. I know that you can take it, but like a lot of damage here, a lot of damage. Shadow Ball has to come through. On this one wouldn't be enough. Shadow Ball is going to knock them out. And we will see here the Credilli in the back. Credilli, very strong Pokemon. Icicle Spear coming through very, very fast here, which is really good for you as well. And it still does so much damage. You can just use a shield or no shield and just win with your Giratina. Interesting. Like, they know, of course, what they're doing here. Like, at the end of the day, that was just a little bit too risky. Like, you didn't really need to do that. But yeah, good game there. Next up, Drapion. We're going to be able to get to the Icicle Spear here now fast as well, which is going to be great. They're always still going to outspeed us because you need an Awkward Tail. Awkward Tail is 4 fast moves. You need 5 fast moves for yours. But looking at the backline here and looking at the weak connection, you're going to struggle quite a bit against this Pokemon with your back. So at the end of the day, you very likely want to use a shield here and just go for another charge move. But then again, I mean, it's going to be okay. What you can do here is you're going to be able to swap out then, I guess, into something like the Giratina. Are you going to go into the Cresselia? You have to go for a future side. I think Giratina would have been better here because you get to the move, I think, a little bit faster. I might be actually wrong. I guess you can take a hit here, which you cannot really do with the other one. They're going to swap out here Diggersby. That's good for you. But you have to get them low for the Giratina as well, because while Giratina can resist the fast move plus Fire Punch, Giratina will not be able to do any damage against it. Also, what is going on with the reconnection here? Like, what the hell? It's coming up every 5 seconds there, basically. But yeah, we're gonna see another Grass Knot, sadly not coming through. You're gonna have to let the move go through, guaranteed. And I guess you're gonna, oh, Scorching Sand. You're gonna try to have more weak connection, but you're gonna try to get a farm down done here or something. Scorching Sand is coming in here again. This is going to do some solid damage. You have to maybe try to catch, oh, they're swapping out into the Drapion. You try to catch the move, it doesn't work out. I think this is going to be game over. You don't even get the fast move through here, it seems like. There is definitely a lot of things happening here in this game. And yeah, like, that is unfortunate because you would have been able to knock them out here for sure, guaranteed, before they would have got to the move, if everything would have worked out as it's supposed to, but I don't know what was going on there. You're also getting all the items, which is, again, today, Community Day for Fuecoco. I'm going to make a video for that one later on today. I don't have any Pokeballs, so I have a lot of Great and Ultra Balls. I just don't have any Pokeballs because I barely play, currently at least, with just hand catching. Main reason for this was very cold. Today is actually a very warm day, so I'm excited to go outside and play the Community Day. Hopefully you're excited as well for the contents coming up there. But yeah, we're going to see here the Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is going to be able to go for the Icy Wind, going to swap out now into the Dusclops. And at least you're going to be able to align your Giratina. You're very likely going to be forced to use a shield here though eventually. You're gonna take the Shadow Punch, can you outspeed it? You can at least go for the Shadow Ball, which is gonna be great because a Wigglytuff against you would have not been really a great thing anyway, so not using a shield here is going to be very beneficial because now they don't get as much farm, but also you're gonna still keep your shields for the late matchup here. You have to kind of use a shield eventually though, and that's like kind of the issue with what you're currently in. You're gonna be forced to overfarm by a little bit, you're gonna get to your future side here against the opponent. This is going to be enough to get the knockout against them, and they're going to have a Grumpig in the back. I think you lose this one. Grumpig needs at least 3 Grasslands, I would say, here to get knocked out. And even then, yeah, oh, I think actually 4 Grasslands. Grumpig is just too bulky. Like, this is going to be lost because they have Shadow Ball, and Shadow Ball is going to knock you out here at this point. Or they go for the Dynamic Punch. That is definitely a mistake. But as you will see here, Grasslands coming through. And we will see that this is going to be a game over, sadly, here. Okay, let's take a look now at the next game though. We're going to have a Pelipper. Pelipper is quite a rare Pokemon nowadays. And they swap out into Toxicroak, which is quite a rare Pokemon nowadays. I think it would have been better for you, by the way, to go into the Cresselia, having double super effective damage against with the fast move already. Here, head going for Dynamic Punch. I wonder if Toxicroak is actually having some play now. If you go for Poison Jab, it might be even a little bit better now where Dynamic Punch is a bit buffed. I know like Poison Jab doesn't hit as much as basically Counter would do, but I feel like Toxicroak has some play there. It's recommended to run Counter still on Toxicroak and Shadow Ball, not even want to run the Dynamic Punch, but I feel like Toxicroak could actually have some play with the Poison Jab as well as Dynamic Punch in the current meta. I think it would be a cool Pokemon to run. I guess Shadow Ball is quite nice coverage though, so maybe you want to even go for that, but then you're going to be a little bit too slow. I'm not too sure. Anyway, we're going to take a look here now at the Icicle Spear, going to connect now against the Quagsire, where you have a really good Ancestor in the back with the Cresselia. Having access to Grass Knot is going to be great. I could actually see that Cresselia could have a little bit more play this season again. I'm going to be able to really kind of destroy the Lapras, having the fast move resisted while doing super effective damage against it, which is really, really good against it. And having some play against the current meta, just generally speaking. But annoying, of course, with Dark and Ghost type Pokemon. I guess those are going to be a little bit more common, so a little bit of hit or miss. But here we're going to see that this is going to be a victory, and we're going to move on to Pidgeot and Medicham. And the cool thing here is you don't even have to shield anything. Yes, Ice Punch is going to be super effective, but you can easily take a hit. Okay, I haven't seen a Psychic version of Medicham in ages. I don't think that is a great idea currently either. But I would like to see actually Psychic getting buffed on Medicham. I think that would be really good for it. And I think that would be the best way of getting it a little bit back into the meta, but balancing it. If you didn't see my video about Medicham, I was a little bit disappointed from this Pokemon. I really thought it would be even better now because of the pacing. It's not a bad Pokemon at all, don't get me wrong, but I did think it would be a little bit better than it actually was. So that was definitely more of a mistake by me, like saying that this Pokemon is going to be top meta again, because it is strong. Like, don't get me wrong, like Medicham is strong. I wouldn't be surprised if I see a lot of them again, but I thought it would be a little bit better than it actually was, because actually Counter was kind of important for it. Next up, we're going to have Piloswine against Blastoise. Yeah, I think your backline is going to be fine here. You're going to have Grassland coverage here. You have to take a hit. You're going to have at least good resistance on your other Pokemon in the back. Giratina could be actually even that good that you're going to be able to resist both of the charge moves of the opponent, which would be kind of cool. Molga is definitely a Pokemon I kind of want to take a look at as well. Like, basically, I want to take a look at everything. And also, then on Monday, we're going to have 2 new metas that I have to kind of analyze. We're going to have the Ultra League, which completely changed as well, I would assume. And we're going to have the Scroll Cup, which I have to make a top team video as well towards it. So definitely stay tuned for this one. Here we're going to see a Piloswine, going to be able to knock them out. We're going to have now the Blasters coming in. We have a high horsepower coming their way. This is going to allow us to get a ton of damage onto them. And yeah, we're going to use a shield here, I would assume. Exactly, that's what they are going to do. Hydro Cannon coming through, and we will see another Icicle Spear. Maybe you could have even farmed them down here, not too sure. But this is going to allow you to get the shield. Okay, that is definitely... I think you would have been able to farm down, but it is okay. We're going to still see the shield coming up here, Hydro Cannon coming through, and they have a Sandslash in the back. I didn't really expect this Pokemon. I wish that Sandslash would be better, by the way, because it has Night Slash and stuff like this. It's a cool Pokemon, but it just doesn't really have the, I don't know, place in the meta. This was actually a very solid lead for you, and this is actually going to be even better for you. The reason why this is going to be better, because you're going to outspeed the opponent now, which is kind of funny. They have the same pacing as you, but because they had to swap out, you're always going to be able to just play this out in the 2-shield scenario, and you should be able to knock them out, which is really important if you take a look at what you have in the back, because neither of them want to take a Sableye on. And so that is going to be a very good scenario for you, getting the shield here, and you're going to be able to force the KO against them as well. You can use a shield here as well, realign yourself, or let the move go through. Use a shield then onto the Giratina and just fully farm them down here and try to get the energy advantage. Both of them are going to be fine. They decided to go for the Giratina play here. There's no reason, by the way, for the opponent to go for Dazzling Gleam there. Like, Foul Play is Stab, and that's also going to do basically the same. I guess Dazzling Gleam does a little bit more damage total, but wasn't necessary. I don't think so. Here, Fortress actually got buffed as well, has access to Rock Tomb as well. Again, there are so many Pokemon I would love to showcase. They're looking really good in the current meta, but I just don't have the time for everything in the first week. I'm just so mad. I don't know, like, I really would like to showcase Fortress as well, because I think that is a great Pokemon to run currently. But again, yeah, there's so little time for so many different cool new Pokemon, which I love about the season. The season is really, really fun for me so far. I think it's great to see so many different Pokemon all of a sudden having play. People are having to figure out the meta entirely again. It is just a cool season. Let me know down below what you think about the season so far. I think it's a great thing. And I have to say, shout out to Niantic here. I don't think there's a single Pokemon that really feels absolutely overpowered. The best Pokemon is by far Lapras. Lapras is really, really strong. Like, ridiculously strong. Don't get me wrong, it's like most ID somewhere in the S+ tier right now. But it doesn't feel like it's like, oh, we need to nerf it immediately. That would be also kind of the wrong approach to this Pokemon. It is very, very strong, don't get me wrong. It's basically a better Dugong in terms of the type and coverage that you have. But it doesn't mean that the Pokemon itself is going to be like absolutely overpowered. I don't think Sparkling Area was needed on Lapras. That's what I would say. I don't think that was a wise choice, generally speaking, because I feel like it would have been a bit more balanced and even a bit more, yeah, neutral if it just still had Surf. It's 5 damage difference, by the way, for the people who don't understand that. So I feel like the would have been a little bit better, but the rest, I feel like the season update was just so much fun. Like, the season update, we still haven't figured out everything. There are certain Pokemon that I really enjoy so far. One of them is something that you're gonna see as well in my tournament run, because there was one Pokemon that a lot of people completely underestimate currently, but I think is absolutely amazing and was the best Pokemon for me there, which is not a new Pokemon, not a buff Pokemon, but a Pokemon that people completely overlooked. And it just fits so well in the current meta, but you gotta see it anyway when you gotta see the video towards it. Here we're gonna see a Dunsparce against, yeah, a Pokemon that only can go for Ghost type damage, so I think Dunsparce might be your nemesis here and going to just completely destroy you, but yeah, at least get another move off that they can very let you just shield up. Yep. Yeah, that is... Oh, they go for a charge move. Why do they do this? That is kind of good for you at least. It's going to be the Drill Run coming through, and you have no play here. You just forfeit, it's fine. Let's move on to the next one. Dexpan. Good to see you here, Dexpan. Don't go straight for the move. Perfect fast move timing. That is like the thing as well. Like, I know this player. I know that I'm very certain I battled against you, and I know that you have definitely a clue on what you're doing here, which you see immediately on how they go for the charge moves, go for the fast moves, all this kind of stuff. They know exactly what they're doing. Like, I don't really have to talk about like mistakes or whatever, because they barely do mistakes here. I think they just made like a spicy team on purpose here, of course, to like see how this is gonna go, and it's, of course, like trying to also just showcase Shadow Piloswine, which is like not the best Pokemon, but you see really in the gameplay here that this player knows exactly what they are doing. They're really good at the game, and yeah, yeah, do basically everything perfectly right, which is cool. Here we're gonna see that they're gonna let the move go through, which I would agree with as well. They're gonna be a Fire Punch, you can swap out, you can even outspeed them here, knock them out, or you're gonna try to overfarm. Both of them is going to be fine. If you want to overfarm, it's mainly for the Darkspawn, I would assume, which you kind of want to hit as well. You're gonna have perfect timing here as well. Again, you're going to be able to go for the Icicle Spear, have another Icicle Spear stored for whatever wants to come back in. It's going to be very likely the Darkspawn, but you even get to the high horsepower because they know they need 2 more fast moves. If they have to go for 2 charms against you, you're going to be able to get them through, and that is just literally perfect gameplay. Like, that is the thing here as well. Just shoutouts to you again, like, really well played. You can go for the swap out here. Yeah, I don't actually think that was the ideal play. You have to use a shield here. What I would have done is actually the opposite of what he really did here, by the way. I would have went to the Crusader, would have just went for the future set straight away, because the charge moves that this Pokemon has here, Gudra, are not going to tickle your other Dragon Boy. So that was a bit of something I would do differently, but at the end of the day, you won anyway. And this is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for sending in the battles. Link is down below for you if you want to send in your own battles. And this is going to be it. Bye bye.